The leader of the opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, while addressing newsmen on Friday, had termed the MECL as a milch cow that is being used by authorities and those in the helm of affairs.
In the instant case, we will be talking about MECL, and MECL is being used as a milch cow by the authorities. By the political leadership who are in the helm of affairs of governance. And we have highlighted number of instances of such modus operandi which is well scripted and which are being effectively being implemented by whatever way, whether by changing officers after officers when they don't get things done through some of the officers who are posted, changing the officers and putting somebody. So the modus operandi can be further understood if one can be more analytical. Now here we talked about few schemes, few programs. There are huge instances where this well-scripted modus operandi is at work to milch MECL at the cost of the interest of the state and at the cost of the interest of the people. One is that Ganol hydropower project that we have talked about. Then another is while implementing various developmental programs. We have number of programs which are in the pipelines and which are being implemented now to strengthen the whole distribution system, to upscale the efficiency of MECL. But on the contrary, while implementing this program, today, the offshoot of their scripted modus operandi to milch MECL and use MECL as their milch cow will ultimately cripple MECL and ultimately cripple the state's economy. The state's economy, our state's economy, the economy of the state to which you and I belong. Today, when we say it is often reduced to a kind of just a political narrative, as though it's one of the opposition who is trying to play to the gallery. But we have made it abundantly clear that it is not the intention of.
Dr. Sangma also spoke about the illegalities that were taking place in the state by citing the example of the Saubhagya scheme, wherein no tender was floated to ensure a pre-qualified bidder to qualify for the project of the corporation.
They were meant to qualify in some of the groups, and in other groups they were meant to get disqualified. Interesting. If Dr. Mukul is MBBS, I am MBBS in Shillong also, I am MBBS in Tura also, in Ampati also, in Songsa also. My eligibility criteria will qualify everywhere. Similarly, a first-class contractor, a first-class bidder who is coming all the way from other parts of the country, big timers, they have qualified in package A, package 2, because they needed to be qualified somewhere, because they have to distribute, no? But if somebody is able to quote at 31.78% below, why will they allot another package at 24.8% above? I repeat, if similar work in West Khasi Hills, which is the package 2, in more difficult area, if somebody amongst the bidders, one of the bidders can quote at 31.78% below, but the L1 in East Khasi Hills was at 24.8% above in more accessible area of East Khasi Hills, because all others were below were disqualified in order to ensure that this above qualifies. So this is the modus operandi I am referring to.
While talking about the pending salaries of the staff of the MECL, Dr. Sangma said that this is like an alarm bell or a wake-up call to the irregularities that are taking place in state-owned companies.
Now, MECL employees, they're not getting salary. Forget about arrears. Is it not as bad as an alarm bell for all of us to wake up? So, friends, these are few indications